Welcome to the class 11 students. This is the continuation part of the chapter cell structure and function. In my previous video, I have completed till the topic of vacuole. I hope you have understood whatever I have done till this portion. Today, the cell organelle that I am going to talk about first is plastid. Now, plastids are present only in plant cell. They are not found in animal cell at all. Okay. Next, reading the definition from the book. Round, ovoid or rod-like. That means the possible shapes of plastids are round or ovoid, means like oval, or rod-like. Okay. Double membrane bound. They are double membrane bound. Pigmented. They have colors. There is an exception as well. But I'm going to talk about the exception later on. But most plastids have pigments. Okay. Or pigmented or non-pigmented, they have mentioned. They can be pigmented or non-pigmented. Cytoplasmic organelle found only in plant cells. Okay. Carrying its own DNA and that is associated with the synthesis and storage of food and formation of color in plants is known as plastid. Now this was the definition we had an idea, overall idea about how plastids are, how they look, what is their main function. Okay. Now we are going to talk about the types of plastid. What are the three main types of plastid? Chloroplast. You all have heard about chloroplast. Next is the chromoplast. Third one is the leucoplast. Okay. Chloroplast, chromoplast and leucoplast, these are the three types of plastid. Now, we will talk about chloroplast in vast details. We will learn their structure and all. But for chromoplast and leucoplast, we are only going to learn like a basic idea of the second two, means the last two. Okay. Now, let's talk about chloroplast. Reading the definition from the book. In the cytoplasm of the plant cell, chlorophyll containing different plastids which take part in the photosynthesis is known as chloroplast. So the main pigment that is present in chloroplast is chlorophyll. Okay. I am going to explain the structure of chloroplast soon, but first let me give you a brief idea. So in the cytoplasm of the plant cell, chlorophyll containing different plastids which take part in photosynthesis. So while in your lower classes you have learnt about photosynthesis, you have heard that chlorophyll is very much needed for photosynthesis, and chlorophyll is present in chloroplast. The site of photosynthesis, the site of photosynthesis is chloroplast. So you are familiar with the term chloroplast. Okay. Now let's, even in class 7 you have learnt the structure of chloroplast. Now let's get into the ultrastructure of chloroplast. Okay. So students, this is the ultrastructure of chloroplast, as I have, as you can see the diagram, and each chloroplast is enclosed or covered by a double membrane covering. Okay, means two unit membranes cover the chloroplast. They are known as the outer membrane and the inner membrane. Okay, so the outer membrane and the inner membrane cover the chloroplast. Each membrane is trilaminar. That means it has three layers in each membrane, and it is made up of lipoprotein, that means lipid and protein. The space between the two membranes, that means this space, the free space between the two membranes, is known as periplastidial space. It is known as periplastidial space. Okay, you will find the name, or it is written here as intermembrane space. It is also correct, but the specific name for the space between the outer and inner membranes of chloroplast is known as periplastidial space. Okay. Now moving on to the next part of the chloroplast is stroma or matrix. As you can see here, it is written here stroma or matrix. So the stroma or matrix of any cell organelle or even the cell is basically the base portion of the cell. Okay, it is a transparent, clear and homogeneous colloidal gel fluid that is present within the inner membrane. So within the inner membrane, this transparent, clear gel-like fluid is present, and the matrix contains about 50% of the chloroplast proteins. Okay, and along with proteins, it consists of ribosomes, DNA, RNA, vitamins E and K, and different types of different types of ions. Next, coming to the thylakoid. So we have talked about the outer membrane, the inner membrane, the periplastidial space. Within the inner membrane there is this gel like fluid, clear transparent fluid known as the stroma, which is the matrix or the base part of the chloroplast. Now what other parts are located within this stroma? Let's talk about that. Among that is the thylakoid. The inner membranous structure is organized into flattened sacs called thylakoids. So these flattened sacs are known as thylakoid, means each one is known as thylakoid. This is another thylakoid, this is another thylakoid. So it is a stack of 3 thylakoids, okay, and this whole stack, as you can see, it is marked here, the whole it is rounded up and it is marked as granum, which is a stack of thylakoids. Means it can be, the stack can be of 3, can be of 2, can be of 20, the number varies, but each sac within this stack is known as thylakoid and the full stack is known as granum. These are embedded in the aqueous matrix. These stacked thylakoids constitute the grana. The number of thylakoids in a granum may vary from a few to more than 50. As I said, the number may vary according to the type of the cell. The grana are interconnected by a network of tubules called stroma lamellae. Now after thylakoid, grana, let's talk about the interconnection. As you can see, this bridge or this connection between these, this is one grana and this is another grana, right? So these two are interconnected by this bridge. This bridge is known as stroma lamellae or stroma lamella. It is only written as lamella here. You can also call it as stroma lamella since the lamella is present on the stroma, okay. Now granum is the functional unit of chloroplast. Granum is where the actual function or actual function of chloroplast takes place, that is the photosynthesis takes place within the thylakoids or within the granum, okay. So this is all about the structure of chloroplast. Next I will talk about the function of chloroplast. Now after the ultrastructure of chloroplast, let's discuss the functions of chloroplast. Obviously the main function of chloroplast will be to perform photosynthesis, because the main site of photosynthesis is the grana of the chloroplast, because the chlorophyll pigment, which is very important for the process of photosynthesis, is present within the grana, okay. Now the other less important functions, the most important function is photosynthesis. What are the other functions? Synthesis of carbohydrates, synthesis of protein, synthesis of ATP. These are the other functions of chloroplast, okay. Now we have 2 more types of plastid left. I will continue with the types of plastid in my next video, okay. Thank you.